What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, guys. Appreciate you being here as always. Tuesday slate, 7-gamer. Pretty interesting slate. We did get some news during the day that we will talk about, mainly on the Charlotte side. Really, the Charlotte-Detroit game is the game that looks more appealing now on Charlotte. No Miles Bridges, no PJ Washington. Both of them have already been ruled out, so that does make a couple of Hornets pretty appealing. There's multiple guys from Charlotte that we will talk about that I do have interest in. And basically everyone that was out for Detroit yesterday is going to be out again. Grant Plumlee, Josh Jackson also out, so that thins up this rotation even more. Frank Jackson and Diallo, though, are both currently questionable, so this will be something to monitor. Detroit's pretty short-handed right now. They have a ton of guys out. If by some chance Frank Jackson and Diallo both don't play, that only leaves Detroit with, I believe, 8 healthy bodies. They would be a team to definitely target just because you'd have to get huge minutes for a lot of these starters. Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes. So Detroit, Charlotte, this game looks a lot more appealing now given the news that has come out during the afternoon. We'll touch on the guys I like from Charlotte. We'll touch on the guys I like from Detroit. But as always, man, appreciate you guys tuning in. For all of you that may be new here, over the next 30, 40 minutes, we'll just answer any questions you guys got. We'll talk through this slate, just kind of give you my thoughts, where I'm at, what stands out to me just in the afternoon right now. Before we get started with the questions, do want to hit on these super chats. Before I did go live, we did get 2 super chats. T Money, $2 super chat, says, "Goat, watching you for years now. Thank you for everything you do." T Money, appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for the super chat. And then Patrick, his $5 super chat says, "I'm glad I found your video on here, and each day I'm learning how to become a good DFS player. Let's get that money tonight." Hey, let's get it, Patrick. I'm glad the videos have helped, and thank you as always for your support, man. You and T Money both have donated a ton. You're both members. I appreciate both you guys greatly. So thank you for the super chats. Did want to hit on that before we get started with the questions. But yeah, guys, crazy slate tonight. First 7-gamer, this one should be pretty fun. Want to eat my words? I told you I thought Bey was a reach, but apparently I was wrong. Hope you had him. Wagner sucked though. Dude played 41 minutes. Yeah, Josh Wagner. Oh my God. I mean, the dude literally played 40. Like, he played at halftime. He had played like 21 minutes, and he had 10 fantasy points at halftime, and then he played like an additional 20 minutes in the second quarter. So Wagner literally played 40 minutes last night and was mediocre at best. That was super annoying. Sadiq Bey didn't play as many minutes as I thought he would. He only played 30, but he was really productive. There was a lot of news that came out during the day, so I didn't play Sadiq Bey. I swapped off of him, but it is what it is. I think Sadiq Bey looks appealing again, though. He's definitely someone I have interest in. I would say that from Detroit, the guys I'm probably looking to. So we'll have to wait and see what the starting lineup is. Diallo started last night ahead of Josh Jackson. Obviously, Josh Jackson has already been ruled out, so I'm assuming that if Diallo plays, that he will start again. He played 26 minutes last night. He probably will get a few more now that Josh Jackson is out. So if Hamidou Diallo's playing, I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite values. 4K is just way too cheap for Diallo if he's going to start again. So I'd have a lot of interest in him. I think Sadiq Bey, should continue to just get a ton of minutes, should be very productive with all these guys out for Detroit right now. I mean, Sadiq Bey is the offense is kind of running through him. I mean, he's been the guy taking a lot of shots, just getting all the opportunities. So I still like Sadiq Bey quite a bit. Isaiah Stewart's in play, but I think at the same salary, I'd rather play Rashawn Holmes. I still do like Rashawn Holmes a good amount. Killian Hayes I like more on Yahoo. If you play over there, Killian Hayes is minimum salary. I thought he was a really good value yesterday on Yahoo. He's still minimum salary today, so I think Killian Hayes looks really good on Yahoo. But Diallo and Bey, I think, are my 2 favorite Pistons right now. I think going back to Sadiq Bey is totally fine. Utility 3.9K and below. Let's see. The first guy that comes to mind would probably. If DeAndre Jordan starts, you could play him. He did start last game, played 24 minutes, was pretty productive. So I would say him. If you can find $100, I would want to try and get up to Diallo, because if Diallo starts again, I think Diallo is one of my favorite values. But yeah, probably one of those 2 guys. Now that Poku's out, you can maybe go to Williams if he starts. But that's just news we'll have to wait and see on. Noah has some of the best content in the DFS world. Give this guy all the likes and subscribes, fellas. Hey, I appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, man. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Yeah, guys, hit the like button if you haven't yet. I do appreciate the likes as always. How did you do last night? I cashed in the $20 shoot-around. I played just one lineup as always. I cashed in the $20 shoot-around. I cashed in the $1 double or $1 single entry, but I didn't cash in anything else. I played in the box out, the $88, and basically everything else I didn't cash in. So my lineup last night finished 317. I'll read it off real quick so you guys can hear it. Really, Kuzma and THT killed me last night. If I would have got just I don't know, 5 more points from those two guys, I would have cashed in everything. But I had Westbrook, LeVert, Sabonis. I did like a little 3-man stack there. And then I played Kuzma and THT, who were both terrible. Taj Gibson, we talked about. I liked a lot for value once Noel got ruled out. Taj Gibson was a really good value. I played Caruso and then Willie Hernan-Gomez. So Westbrook, LeVert, THT, Sabonis, Hernan-Gomez, Caruso, Gibson, Kuzma. That was my DK lineup last night. Finished with 317. THT putting up 13, Kuzma putting up 14. Those were the two guys that really, really killed me last night. I was like in the $88. I was like, I don't know, 5 points off the cash line. If those guys could have just got me a little bit more, I would have got there. Kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. We're back at it tonight, though. Bagley or Holmes on DK considering price? I would probably say Bagley. At 5K, I mean, if we get 34 minutes again from Bagley, he's way too cheap. I like Bagley a lot. Guard 3.5K and below. The first guy that comes to mind would probably be Caleb Martin. Now that Bridges is out and PJ Washington's out, I'm assuming that Bismack Biyombo starts for PJ Washington, and I'm assuming they go with Caleb Martin for Miles Bridges. So if Caleb Martin starts, he's super cheap. His brother is not playing. Cody Martin's out. So this Charlotte team, we'll talk about Charlotte real quick. So they are very shorthanded. No Miles Bridges, no Gordon Hayward, no PJ Washington, no Devontae Graham, no Cody Martin. I mean, they still have a good amount of bodies, but this is a team that runs a pretty tight rotation. So I think we get probably 30-plus minutes from Rozier, LaMelo, McDaniels. Malik Monk probably plays like 25-ish minutes off the bench. Bismack will probably play like 26, 28 minutes. And then I think if Caleb Martin starts, he probably gets 25 to 30 minutes. He's minimum salary. I definitely like Caleb Martin for value. A lot to like on. I mean, there's like basically the entire starting lineup plus Malik Monk I think is in play. So there's a lot to like from Charlotte, I think, for sure. I already had interest in LaMelo before, but now that all these guys are like Bridges and Washington, now that they're out as well, I just like LaMelo even more. I would say probably LaMelo and Bismack, assuming he starts. Like those are my two favorite Hornets, but I like McDaniels. I like Caleb Martin. I think you could play Terry Rozier as well. Malik Monk, if you want to go there off the bench, I'm fine with that too. Exact same lineup, yeah. I mean, I think the lowest owned player in my lineup was THT, who was like 10% owned. So there's a good chance that people would have landed on the same lineup that I did. I mean, just needed a little bit more from THT and Kuzma, and I would have got there in basically everything. Hernan-Gomez or DeAndre Jordan. If Steven Adams is out again, I'd play Hernan-Gomez. That's some news we'll have to wait and see on, too. Steven Adams is questionable, plus Lonzo's questionable. Lonzo being questionable is pretty big. If Lonzo gets ruled out, then we could definitely have some potential plays on the Pelicans. Kyrie Lewis, maybe Eric Bledsoe we could go to. I'm rolling with LaMelo, Wright, Bay, Bagley, Giannis, Hayes, Caleb Martin, and Rozier. That looks pretty solid right now, David. I think that's pretty solid for now. Utility, $15 and below. Let's see here. I mean, first guy that comes to mind would be DeLon Wright, assuming you don't already have him. DeLon Wright, I think, is one of my favorite plays on Yahoo. He's just way too cheap. He's $12. So, Livy, I would say DeLon Wright there if you don't already have him. If you already have DeLon Wright, then probably my next favorite option would be like Malik Monk or DeAndre Jordan if he starts, like one of those two guys. Caleb Martin and Diallo or Rondo and DeAndre Jordan. If Caleb Martin starts and if Diallo starts again, I would definitely play the first, Gabriel. I mean, Diallo, if Diallo starts, Diallo is one of my favorite values. Keep hearing this Deck dude from OKC, any love? Yeah, so they did sign Gabriel Deck. I don't know how much he's actually played since he got signed with the team. He's played in 3 games. He's played 15, 24, and 19 minutes. I'm guessing that with Poku out, he probably gets a few more minutes. I mean, this OKC team, man, they still have so many bodies. Like, they have Kendrick Williams, they have Poku, they have Svi. Like, they have a lot of bodies, a lot of guys that can, soak up the minutes that Poku was playing. You probably get like 20-ish minutes from Gabriel Deck. I don't think I'm going to go there. Like, I'd rather play Caleb Martin. I think Caleb Martin just is going to play more minutes. So, yeah, I don't have a ton of interest in Gabriel Deck. I don't think he's someone I'm really considering. Unless he starts, then that'll change things, but I doubt he would start. Do you like Monk over Martin? I think Caleb Martin, if he starts, is probably safer just because he probably plays a few more minutes, but I think both guys are viable, King Carter. DeAndre Jordan or Charlotte starting center? I would say whoever starts for Charlotte at center, I'd probably rather play. So, I'd probably rather play Bismack over DJ, I think. It's close, though. I think both guys project, pretty similarly. They probably play around the same amount of minutes. Like, my best guess is that we probably get, 26, 28 minutes from from Bismack if he starts, and then you probably get like 20-ish minutes, like whatever minutes Bismack doesn't play, that's what Cody Zeller will play off the bench. But yeah, I would say Bismack I'd probably go with over DJ. LaMelo, DeLon Wright, Caleb Martin, KD, Giannis, Holmes, Bagley, Ty Jerome. I mean, Ty Jerome I'm not really on, but the rest looks good, Ryan. The rest looks solid. I don't know if there's someone, let's see, what's Ty Jerome's price? $3,500. I don't know if there's someone I'd rather play over him. You could maybe try and get Diallo in there if he plays. Or you could play like Bismack if you don't already have him. Is Isaiah Stewart a good play tonight? I think he's in play, Michael. Like I said earlier, I think I do prefer Rashawn Holmes at the same salary. But yeah, Stewart's definitely viable. Do you think you average 300 points a lineup through the season? I mean, I can't tell you that. It feels like with how NBA DFS is now, like usually you need at least 300 to cash. Like it used to be. I mean, it's all dependent on the slate. Like if a lot of the chalk bust, then it's going to be a low scoring slate. But most nights you're going to need like 300 plus to cash. Especially, the later we get in the season, there's a lot of value every night just because, so many guys are resting, which makes it, whenever there's a lot of value, that usually means it's going to be a high-scoring slate. So I would say, basically every slate moving forward, you're probably going to need like 300-plus points to cash, unless just like a lot of the chalk bust. But I would say that I probably have. I don't know, though. I mean, I don't really go into a slate saying I need this amount of points because it's all dependent, There could be nights where you need 350 points to cash. There could be nights where you need 250. It's just all about, if the high-owned plays bust, it's going to be a low-scoring slate. If the high-owned plays smash, kind of like they did last night, like Westbrook was super popular, he crushed. Sabonis was popular, he crushed. Anytime that happens, it's going to be a high-scoring night. I'm rolling with LaMelo, DiVincenzo, Bey, Flynn, Giannis, Kawhi, Moses Brown, Wright. I mean, DiVincenzo I don't really like. Like, I'd probably rather play Cody Martin over DiVincenzo, but the rest, I guess, solid. Moses Brown, I'm not that big of a fan of either, but the rest looks good. You think Rondo's a good pick tonight? I'm not really on Rondo. I know he's been getting minutes lately, but Patrick Beverley has a chance to return. That's just another body. Like, they have Reggie Jackson, they have Patrick Beverley. How many minutes does Rondo play with Beverley back? I don't really know. We have other value plays I think look better. I'd rather play Diallo. I'd rather play Caleb Martin. I don't think I'm going to Rondo tonight, especially if Patrick Beverley plays. Torrey Craig, if he starts, I mean, I never play Torrey Craig. On this slate, I don't think I'm playing Torrey Craig. Like, I know, like Torrey Craig's had some good games, but he's also had, Torrey Craig games where he puts up like 12 DK points. Yeah, I meant Caleb Martin. My fault. It's so tough to remember those two. Yeah, Cody Martin is out. Caleb Martin is playing. And Caleb Martin should be starting, I'd assume. So, Caleb Martin is who I'm talking about. Any interest on Brooklyn's side? I mean, I like Kevin Durant. I still prefer like Giannis and Curry, I think, as terms of spend-up options. I think I'd give the edge to them over KD. But I would say like KD is probably my favorite play from Brooklyn. And I think Kyrie is viable. If DeAndre Jordan starts again, I think he's viable. But I'm probably not playing any other Nets or even considering any other Nets outside of those three. Any Golden State other than Steph and Draymond? I think you can still go to Kent Bazemore. There's some, like, I'd rather play Sadiq Bey over Kent Bazemore now that we had that Detroit news. But without Kelly Oubre, you're going to get probably 32-ish minutes from Kent Bazemore. He's been relatively productive when he does get the time, so he's viable. But definitely Steph and Draymond are my two favorite plays from the Warriors. Is DeAndre Bembry viable with no Gary Trent? I mean, Bembry, I don't know how many minutes he's really been playing lately. Trent's been out for a few games now. I mean, Bembry played 24 last game, but the 2 games before that, he only played 14 and 17. Like, my best guess is we get like 15, 20 minutes from DeAndre Bembry, so I don't think I'm going to go there. I mean, maybe with OG out too, like you see more than 20, like he gets like 24 minutes again, but I don't think I'm playing DeAndre Bembry or even really going there. Like, I'd rather play Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin's probably going to play 5, 10 more minutes than DeAndre Bembry does. Best play in the 5 to 6K range on DK? Let's see. I mean, probably like, there's a lot here. Sadiq Bey, Bazemore's viable. DeLon Wright, I like a lot for 5,100s. Probably like DeLon Wright, Sadiq Bey would be my 2 favorite plays in that range. Who's your favorite shooting guard on Yahoo? The position's bad. I would say that I'm either probably going to be paying up for Devin Booker or like Colin Sexton. Probably Colin Sexton. Just without Darius Garland, the opportunity's there for Colin Sexton right now. He's getting the minutes. Probably either him or Booker. If I don't go to those two guys, then the most likely I'd either be paying down for like Malik Monk or Caleb Martin. But I think Colin Sexton's probably my favorite shooting guard on Yahoo. Colin Sexton, I think, looks a lot more appealing there than he does on DK. Guard 5.2K and below. I mean, the first guy that comes to mind would be DeLon Wright. Oh, you already have him? Okay, so let's see. If you already have DeLon Wright, then probably next favorite option would be, let's see. I mean, if Frank Jackson plays, he's probably going to get around 30 minutes off the bench. He played 35 last night. He played 34 the game before that. So, yeah, I guess Frank Jackson, if he plays, he should continue to get the minutes with all these guys out for Detroit right now. If Frank Jackson gets ruled out, then I would say my next favorite option would probably be like Malik Monk. What's the best way to stay up to date on starting lineups? You need to get on Twitter, Derek. If you don't have a Twitter account, then download the Roto Grinders app. Roto Grinders, they give out NBA alerts. So just download the Roto Grinders app and then turn on NBA alerts. And basically, whenever somebody gets ruled out, they'll send you an alert to your phone. But you want to be on Twitter. Twitter is the best way to stay up to date with news. I don't get the Luka hype. Miami will most likely lock him up. I mean, Luka's always someone you can pay up for, but this isn't a game I really want to target. I mean, what's the total in this game? I think is pretty low. Right now, the total is 216 in the Miami-Dallas game, which I believe is the lowest on the slate. Yeah, that's the lowest on the slate. I mean, Luka has upside. He can put up, a big game any night, but you have a way better matchup for Giannis in a fast-paced game. You have a good matchup for Curry in a fast-paced game. You have a good matchup for Zion in a fast-paced game. I just don't think I'm playing Luka today. I'd rather play those guys that we just mentioned. LaMelo, DeLon Wright, Terrence Davis, Giannis, Bagley, Rozier, Diallo, Holmes. I mean, that looks pretty solid for now, Michael. I think that's solid. Thanks, Noah, for all the great fantasy content. Good luck. Let's get them likes up. Hey, good luck to you as well, King Carter. And thank you for the kind words, man. Appreciate that. Frank Jackson and McDaniels or Monk and Bazemore. Well, that's a close one, Gabriel. I think I'd probably take Frank Jackson and McDaniels, but that's close for sure. Best play on Toronto. I mean, I don't really like a ton of Raptors today, especially now that Fred VanVleet's playing. With Fred VanVleet playing, I don't really want to go to Lowry or Siakam. I'm not playing Malachi Flynn, so I guess if you force me to play a Raptor, it'd probably be like Kim Birch, but I think the Raptors are going to be a team I most likely just kind of fade today. Overall, that late night game, the Raptors-Clippers game, I don't have a ton of interest in. I think my main interest is coming from Charlotte, Detroit, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Golden State, New Orleans, Sacramento, OKC. Those 4 games, that's where a lot of my exposure is going to be tonight. And there's a good chance that everyone in my lineup is just from those 4 games. Sadiq Bey or Buddy Hield? Yeah, that's a super close one. I think I'd give the edge to Sadiq Bey just because he's a little bit cheaper, but I think both are in play. Lucas, thank you for coming a VIP member. I appreciate that, man. I'm not sure how to say your name. Lucius. Regardless, though, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate the additional support. Brandon Ingram is lower-owned, high-price guy. After a tough game last night, I think he bounces back here tonight. I mean, yeah, he's going to be low-owned, especially after he busted last night. So if you want to go to Brandon Ingram, I think he's in play for sure. If Lonzo gets ruled out, that definitely makes me a little bit more interested in Brandon Ingram. And obviously, Kyra Lewis, Eric Bledsoe would become viable too. Kyra Lewis, what's his price? Yeah, so Kyra Lewis's minimum salary, $3K. If Kyra Lewis starts for Lonzo, if Lonzo gets ruled out and Kyra starts, he's one of my favorite values as well. He'd be another very strong option. And then Eric Bledsoe. I mean, Eric Bledsoe, we've had games before where Lonzo's been out and Eric Bledsoe just doesn't really do anything. He doesn't have that good of, he doesn't perform very well. But he would definitely get a boost without Lonzo. He'd play probably a few more minutes. He'd have the ball in his hands more. He would be low-owned, I would think. He would definitely be under-owned, I would say. So, Eric Bledsoe, I would like if Lonzo gets ruled out. Kyra Lewis, if he were to start, I would have some interest in as well. Lewis, cool. I got you, man. I got you. Last man in on guard, 4,700. Let's see, Mark. I mean, yeah, if Lonzo gets ruled out, I would probably say Eric Bledsoe there. But if Lonzo plays, then I would probably go with Malik Monk. He'd be my next favorite option. Flynn literally had 0 points for 15 to 25 minutes. I couldn't believe it the other day. Then Kuzma pulls the same stuff. Yeah, Kuzma, I mean, I watched basically that entire Lakers game last night. I mean, basically the entire first quarter, Kuzma was just running down the floor and just standing in the corner. He literally took one shot in the entire first quarter, and it was a total brick. Hit like the side of the backboard or something. I can't even remember. Yeah, Kuzma was just God. No LeBron, no Schroeder, and Kuzma just terrible last night. And he played a ton of minutes too. He didn't do anything. Him and THT killed me last night. What's your breakdown of the Charlotte front court? I think I said it earlier. I would assume that we probably get Bismack Biyombo starting at center. He probably plays like 26 to 28 minutes, and then you probably get Cody Zeller playing 20 to 22 minutes. They could play some small ball lineups and maybe play like McDaniels at the 5 or something. But that's my best guess, is like 28 minutes for Biyombo if he starts, and then 20 minutes for Zeller. So that would obviously make Biyombo a pretty good value. I mean, Biyombo, he's minimum salary on Draftkings, so I do like him a lot for value if he starts. Lonzo, Rozier, McDaniels, all of them look good in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with all those guys. I would say like McDaniels I definitely like for his price. I think McDaniels, like him and Caleb Martin, I expect to both play over 30 minutes. So both those guys are viable for me from Charlotte. What's your thoughts on Terrence Davis tonight? I keep going back to him. I mean, I think without Halliburton, there's definitely going to be more opportunity for Terrence Davis. Off the bench, it's always tough to predict what a guy's minutes are going to look like. I assume he probably plays like 25 minutes off the bench, so that makes Terrence Davis viable. But like we have Diallo at the same price. If Diallo plays and he starts, I would much rather play Diallo. Rondo and Sadiq Bey or Bazemore and Monk. I'd probably take this. That's close, Gabriel. I'd probably take the second one though, Bazemore and Monk. Best centers today. I mean, there's some value at center. If Biyombo starts, I like him a lot for value. I still like Rashawn Holmes a good amount. I think Isaiah Stewart's a solid mid-range option too, so like probably those 3 guys. Definitely Holmes in the mid-range and Biyombo for cheap are my 2 favorite centers, I think. Top 3 mid-range options. I mean, not factoring in position, I would say like DeLon Wright, Sadiq Bey. Trying to think who else is in the mid-range. Like LaMelo, if you consider that the mid-range. I like LaMelo a lot at his DK price. Best stud tonight, I think for me it's Giannis. If I can pay up for anybody today, it's probably going to be Giannis. And normally, basically anytime Giannis is on a slate, he's going to be one of my favorite studs. And in a good matchup against Brooklyn, in a game or in a matchup that he just had a ton of success in when these teams played a couple days ago, Giannis I think is the guy I want to pay up for tonight. And with all the value we have now, it should be pretty easy to get him in. What's up, man? Which trio? Durant, Frank Jackson, and Bey, or Draymond, LaMelo, and Bazemore? I'd probably take the first one there, Steve. Durant, Jackson, and Bey. Obviously, assuming Jackson starts, or assuming that Jackson plays. He'll probably come off the bench, but he still played like 35 minutes off the bench last night, so I would probably take the first there. Play the starting center for the Hornets? Yeah, I think whichever, Biyombo, Zeller, whichever one starts, I think is a really good value. Biyombo's minimum salary on DraftKings. Zeller is minimum salary as well, so yeah. Whichever one starts, I think is a great value. And if you want to play, as a lower, like to get contrarian, if you want to play, whoever comes off the bench just for the lower ownership, I guess you could. But obviously, whichever one starts is going to be the one I'm the most confident in. Is Ozzy an option? I don't have any interest in Ozzy Johnson. I mean, I think his minutes have like come way down. He had that stretch, or he had that one game where he played really well, but like, yeah, last game he played 3 minutes. Like, I don't see any reason to go to Ozzy Johnson. He's basically going to be out of the rotation at some point. I mean, they have Durant, that plays power forward. They have Blake. They have Jeff Green. They have DJ. They have, they have a lot of guys that are ahead of Ozzy Johnson right now. Who's your core 4 for tonight's slate? I mean, I can't give out core plays, Jay. That's for Patreon members. So if you want my full core plays that I post, an hour before lock or so, those are on Patreon. If you want to check that out, you can. Link down below in the description. Can't give out everything for free though, man. Sorry. Good luck tonight, Noah and fam. Let's get it. Hey, let's get it, T-Money. Good luck to you as well, my man. Thoughts on Dort? I think Dort's in play, Anthony, but like on this slate, me personally, I don't think I'm going to play Lou Dort. Like there's just too many other guys I'd rather go to. Bagley and Holmes in the same lineup, I'm totally fine with it, Patrick. I mean, they don't play the same position. They're going to start alongside each other. You can definitely play those 2 guys together. Monk and Sadiq Bey or Hield and Caleb Martin. I'd probably take the second one there, Gabriel, but that's super close. Thanks, Noah, for all you do for us. Hey, sure thing, my man, sure thing. Thoughts on pairing KD with Giannis? I'm totally fine with that. Might have missed it, but are we trying to jam in Giannis tonight and running it back with KD? 1.5 spread, 241 total. I mean, I'm not Like, I'm not going to force Giannis and KD in together, but if I can fit KD with Giannis, I feel like I'm definitely playing Giannis tonight. So if I can fit KD with him, I'm fine with it, but I'm not going to force it. But like I said earlier, Giannis is my favorite stud. He's the guy I want to pay up for, I think. Thoughts on Bagley for 5K? I think Bagley's way too cheap. He was on a minutes limit last game, but he played 34 minutes. You have to assume that he's going to play similar minutes again, and if we get 30-plus minutes from Bagley, he's very likely to pay off that 5K salary. So, yes, Bagley, great play at 5K. Way too cheap. Thoughts on Van Vliet? Like I said earlier, I'm probably not playing any Raptors tonight. Van Vliet's always viable, but on this slate, I'm not going to Van Vliet. There's too many other guys I prefer. Rather roster LaMelo, rather roster, some of these other guards we talk about. I tune in every day. Appreciate you, Noah. I appreciate you, Gabriel. Thank you for tuning in, man. How much is Patreon? It's $20 a month, Zach. If you want to check it out, it's linked down below in the description. I do my spreadsheet, which is basically it's like a cash and a GPP section for I list off my favorite plays for cash games, who I think you should be building around in cash at each position. I do the same thing for tournaments. Give some guys I like at each position that are lower owned. I give my core plays that I post about an hour or two before lock, and then I do or I have Discord, so I'm up in Discord chat basically up until lock, even after lock. I'm answering questions, so that's all available for Patreon members if you wanna check it out. You should have your girl make you a lineup and enter it and see how well it goes. She did that a while ago. It was a couple years ago. I just had her make a lineup for fun. I don't know. I guess I could do that. I'd have to put in something like a $1 contest or something because it's very likely to not be good. But she does know like a lot of players now because of me. Like I could show her like pictures of like players that are somewhat like I could show her a picture of Giannis and she knows who that is. I could show her a picture of really any like top tier player. She's gonna know who they are because she hears me talk about them so much. Thoughts on Kawhi Leonard? I mean, Kawhi's viable just because small forward's like not the best position. You could always pay up for Kawhi, but I like Diallo a lot for value if he's playing. I think Sadiq Bey's a really good option in the mid-range. I like Buddy Hield in the mid-range. There's small forward's actually kind of deep today, so I don't think I'm going to play Kawhi. Killian Hayes and Diallo or Bazemore and Monk? I think I'd take the first there, Hayes and Diallo. Bagley or Holmes is my util. I mean, I guess if you have the salary, play Holmes, but I like both quite a bit. Hield and Draymond or Diallo and KD? Give me Diallo and KD there. Good luck, everyone. Let's get it. Hey, good luck to you as well, man. Thoughts on Kyle Guy? I mean, I don't think Kyle Guy is even going to get in the rotation. I don't even know how many minutes he played last game. I mean, Terrence Davis is ahead of him in the rotation, so yeah. If I was going to play a cheap guy off the bench for Sacramento, it'd be Terrence Davis. I definitely would play him over Kyle Guy. I don't see any reason why you should go to Kyle Guy today. Draymond, yeah, I think Draymond's a really good play in the mid-range. We've talked about a lot of guys already, but I definitely like Draymond. As I said earlier, Draymond and Curry are my two favorite guys from the Warriors for sure. I mean, we saw Draymond just absolutely smash in the same matchup yesterday, which I think might inflate his ownership a little bit, but hard not to like Draymond at his price right now. Done that with my kids, let them pick players. I like it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. We've been live, for about 30 minutes, so I appreciate you guys tuning in as always, man. Thanks, to all my members, the super chats today, guys. I appreciate your support. We should be back again tomorrow with another stream around the same time, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck tonight. If I don't take down a tournament tonight, hope one of you guys do. All right, good luck, fellas. Good luck tonight.